As usual, we start the test with both the phones in airplane mode and connected to the same Wi-Fi network with no apps running in the background. Both the phones are quick to start off and they seem to be neck and neck. The Realme 2 Pro is powered by a Snapdragon 660 octa-core chipset from Qualcomm, and we have the 8GB version with us. There's a 6GB and 4GB version available too, but unfortunately we weren't given a review unit, hence we bought this in order to bring this video to you guys. The 8X on the other hand is powered by a Kirin 710 octa-core chipset and comes with 4GB or 6GB of RAM. We have the 4GB version and it's kind of unfair to compare these two together, but the main difference in RAM would only be felt in Lap 2, and hence we thought this would be kind of interesting. In fact, the Honor 8X maintains a small lead well into the last lap, the speed test, and finished lap 1 first with a time of 2 minutes and 5 seconds compared to a Realme 2 Pro that did it in 2 minutes and 7 seconds. This just proves that the processor is what really counts when opening the apps, as the 8X managed to outdo the Realme 2 Pro with half the amount of RAM. In lap 2, we launched apps in reverse order to judge the ability to redraw apps from memory and RAM management. Naturally, being a 4GB variant, we didn't expect much from the 8X, but it still managed to load 2 heavy games from memory and only had to relaunch apps and games from that point onwards. Here's where the Realme 2 Pro built the lead and managed to finish first with a total time of 2 minutes and 32 seconds, while the 8X finished second with a time of 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Had the 8X had 6GB of RAM, we would have perhaps seen all apps open from memory, since EMUI generally has very good RAM management. It could possibly even beat the Realme 2 Pro since the processor is quite capable and managed to outdo the Realme 2 Pro in lap 1. So if you're into heavy multitasking, it's better to go for the 6GB version of the 8X, or else go for the Realme 2 Pro in either 8 or 6GB, since the difference in speed would still be only marginal. While these tests show the true power of the phones, in day-to-day lives the phones won't be tested as much and may not be that much different in terms of speed. You can find purchase links for both the smartphones from the link in the description below. Thanks for watching this video. See you again in the next one.